don't know, it's kind of like it, right? What's going on, guys? AJ from Queens Money 88. How you doing? How you doing? I don't know about you guys, but a little game dropped called Oblivion. You ever hear of it? Yeah, kind of a big deal. One of my favorite games of all time. I am a gigantic Elder Scrolls fan. So I can tell you everything from the Nine to Tamriel to the different provinces to the freaking Talos worship to the Myrrh. It's such a lived-in world, and as far as I'm concerned, it has as much background and history as a show like Game of Thrones does. Probably not on that much of a scale, but it has that kind of like robustness as far as the history and the fandom, and it goes all the way back to freaking 1994. It's a wonderful, wonderful IP, okay? And Oblivion was the fourth IP, actually it's probably around like the seventh IP if you go back to like Arena, but the fourth installment in the Elder Scrolls series, which dropped back in 2007. And lo and behold, the freaking Toddfather goes ahead and drops a bomb on us and says, hey, I'm going to go ahead and remaster this thing and send it out to you for $50 a pop. Now, is $50 a little ridiculous? Probably. You know, especially for a game that we've played before. I hate when they do that. When they're infamous for doing this. They've released like 17 different versions of freaking Skyrim. I'm surprised that they haven't done it with Fallout. I think they only have like 2 or 3 re-releases for Fallout 4. They're doing it for Oblivion, and they remastered it. And I gotta tell you, although there's nothing really special about any big changes, the graphics on Unreal Engine are now just beautiful, you know, as you would expect them to be. Not Elden Ring level beautiful, but still very, very beautiful. It's like something you would see out of a Skyrim Special Edition. And the combat has a couple of different changes to it. The camera has a couple of different changes to it. But other than that, it's kind of like the same old game, okay? And as much as I'm sitting here wanting to say, $50 for a game that I played before just for updated graphics and little changes, maybe a couple voice actors, get the hell out of here. I am playing it and I gotta say, I fucking love it. I freaking love it. I've missed this world so much. And you can say what you want about it being another Bethesda cash grab. You're probably right. But look at the numbers on Steam. People are eating this up, okay? And I am around like 5 hours into my replay, and I am right back to where I was back when I first freaking played this game back in 08. I mean, I was coming back from freaking school, popping the game in. Back then, it was a revolutionary freaking game, right? As far as medieval open world games are concerned, it was nothing like it, okay? And I know that we're spoiled now with, like I said, Elden Ring, even going back to Skyrim, games like Assassin's Creed. You know, you're expected to have this kind of like almost photorealistic, super immersed, complex game in which you can do everything but scratch the fucking player's ass, which you could probably freaking do in those games anyway. But this is such a step back into kind of like classical gaming. As freaking heart-wrenching it is to say that, it is kind of like an homage to classical gaming. And you know what? Fine, right? A game doesn't need to be super complex and super realistic for it to be good. The world in general of Oblivion is freaking substantially better than half the games out there that I've played. Okay, if you want to get lost into a game with such a long history and characters that are just so quirky and have so much depth to them, then this is the game for you. If you could get past what they call the Bethesda charm, which I love that Todd said it in an interview. He's like, listen, we redid the graphics. We did some changes, added some voice actors, but it still has that Oblivion charm. He knows that the bugs are still there, right? And it's part of what makes the game good. I'm sorry, you can be the type of person that's like, I'm not gonna spend $50 for a game that plays like it came out on the freaking, you know, PS fucking 3. Like, all right, fine, then don't play it. All right, but you're missing out on some of the most hilarious gaming moments that are out there. And you know, it's a breath of fresh air if you ask me. Originally, when I started this review, I sat there and I was kind of hating on it, but I went back and I played it, and my character witnessed an NPC that did the whole like, oh, it's you again, turn around, and then started just walking into a wall profusely for like 3 minutes, and it's like, thank you for that. I'm already playing Shadow of the Erdtree. I don't need another Shadow of the Erdtree. Okay, I want to play a game that I deeply love and respect, but at the same time can have fun doing so. Okay, the jankiness of the combat with the sword. And they actually added a new sword mechanic that threw me off. I was like, oh my god, they did something different where like you give like a stab with the sword now. But to see the players was like, or like be halfway dead and like just like be laying on the floor and be like, oh, hello, citizen. It's like, I freaking love that. Like, give me more of that. I completely changed my attitude on this. I was gonna release a video really dumping on it, but I just done a completely 180. If you have the spare, you know, residual income to spend the $50 on this, by all means do it. I personally, I bought it on the Xbox Game Pass. If you have that, it's free. If you have that, so that's pretty neat. If not, then yeah, you gotta dish out some money, but I'm telling you right now, you will not be disappointed. Freaking awesome game. I am so glad to be in this time capsule of just pure nostalgia goodness. So I'm giving this a solid 8 out of 10. Okay. I am sorry, Todd Father, that I doubted you, but you did it. Now, for the love of God, okay, I gave you a pass on Starfield, okay? I am enjoying your Oblivion remake. Give me the Elder Scrolls 6. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna fucking take, man? While we're all waiting for that, let's all go back and enjoy the wonderful, quirky goodness that is the Elder Scrolls 4 Oblivion. So that is my thoughts on that. Just had to pop in here and tell you that. Let me know what you think. Are you enjoying it? Did you? Let me know what your let me know what your experiences are for the Bethesda charm. I'd really like to hear that. And other than that, like, share, subscribe to this video. Just want to pop in and say that. Later, guys. Bye.